talk about some issues that have been on my mind. I was talking to a really cool dude. Well, he still is. He's got some interesting evidence on his channel. He's like just putting things out there for people to think about. Specifically, some of the recent Sasquatch Ontario um, information released concerning this supposed picture of Nefertia. Now, it's just, to me, I'm skeptical right off the bat, and I have been, of Sasquatch Ontario ever since he monetized his channel. But it's ironic. It's another face picture. There's going to be different aspects of the conspiracy per se that I'm going to be presenting to you, different ways in which cover-ups are perpetrated against the public. And I'm just going to show you kind of how some of this stuff might fit with Sasquatch Ontario. See, I've defended Mike with the audio before. Now that he's a musician, let's put it this way. Could you take a voice and put it into a synthesizer and you certainly fucking can. I'm just going to tell you for a fact. It's amazing what you can do. It's amazing what even Sovereign Cosmic Wildman did when he produced a song for me recently called Squatch Again, where he took my voice and I sung the chorus, and then he used the synth, however he did it, to downplay it and make it deeper and sound like it's raw talking like this, and it's not as dynamic as Nefertia. No, I'm not totally dismissing Mike, because they say that the Sasquatch can talk breathing in and breathing out through their vocal cords, and I think that might be what we see with Sasquatch Ontario. So I don't want people to think just because I think a picture is fake, that everything the guy presents is fake, right? So it just makes me wonder, like, when you're going for the money, okay, this has been my position. I don't get paid off Bigfoot. I don't make money off Bigfoot. I keep it that way so I have the integrity. I'm not chasing a dollar for anybody, not chasing a dollar for Bigfoot. So I just wonder, some of these guys who Mike has kind of expressed resentment to people who are making money. And furthermore, there's a lot of people making money out there that don't even have any fucking experiences themselves. They're just running the fucking circus. They're the fucking ringleader. Get on YouTube. Here's my super chat. Boom, $50 donation. Woo, 20 bucks. Here's $100. That makes these fucking guys who are out doing the work a little bit resentful sometimes. And so you've heard Mike kind of express, I'm not making any money on this. I wish I was, kind of thing. And I'm not pointing the finger. You might, I wish I had people drop the money in my lap, but I'm not making any attempt to. And I'm keeping it that way. I'm keeping the separation so that people can see what the reality of it. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't need your money to do it. I'd love a thermal camera, and I can't really afford that. But for me to go down, I find footprint evidence. I've got one on camera. You can get vocalizations. You can have experiences. Even the structure and tree break evidence and things that you find after the fact, animal kills, etc. You got to have a keen eye and be a good detective in the environment. So, I'm not bragging. I've done it. I did it. I get where Mike Patterson comes from if he's out there camping, which is something I haven't done with them yet, which is something I might do in the future, in the near future, in fact, but having issues taking time off of work and everything else. But the point being, I just wonder about these face pics. See, Todd Standing, what does he do? See, all these guys have real evidence in the first place. Okay, I'm going to accuse Todd Standing of hoaxing right now and say, but did he go out with Les Stroud in the field and they actually got video of this Bigfoot like running up the side of the cliff, and it's real piney. They chased it to the end of this draw, and Les is in the background of the camera and Todd's filming, or vice versa, whatever it is, whoever filmed the footage, but Todd Standing has the credit for it. But you see the Sasquatch running up the side, like, that's real shit. When you see the potential Sasquatch stand up and duck back down, that might be real. It might be fake, it might be real. But when you get just the up close face shot and you don't show how you got it, that's when you got to be skeptical. So Sasquatch Ontario has this that comes, and he says, oh, I had it for years, I just didn't want to release it. That's a red flag to me right there. That's a potential red flag right there. It's like, you didn't, what? You're looking for fame, and you're looking for all this stuff and you didn't want to release this? I don't know about that. Just makes me really, really wonder if that's a true story, because I listened. There's a this is all very interesting, and all my listening and all my putting together of the information. There's a kid named Kyle DeShane who was on the hijacked name podcast called Sasquatch Odyssey, where Brian stole the Bigfoot Odyssey theme from Dead Man Carey Arnold. And so he continues on, including with his Paranormal Odyssey and every other fucking Odyssey this fucking retard's on. But so they're off. He's got this Kyle DeShane kid on, and at the beginning of the episode, Todd Standing says this. I mean, I can't even believe this is like presenting evidence at a trial that works against you, which is why Brian probably isn't a police officer anymore, because he doesn't understand the law. He's kind of a bonehead. So why would you start the interview in support of Todd Standing and Kyle DeShane's interview with a quote from Todd Standing that says, "If I did fake it, I did it for species protection." And then he goes on to associate himself with, because Jeff Meldrum was there. Jeff saw the apples disappear. Jeff will not deny. Jeff this, Jeff that. See, he doesn't. He just diverts the question right there. But if he hoaxed it, he did it for species protection. What does that mean? That means he hoaxed it. That means he did it. He perpetrated the hoax. And is that how the government is bringing Bigfoot Sasquatch truth to the public? Through television shows that their CIA double agent producers, whoever it is, people, whatever, agendas there are presenting it to the public, keeping it secret, just brought to you by this producer, that guy. You don't really know who they are, who they're working for. It's all in an undercover capacity, potentially. I'm just throwing it out there as how it would be working if this were the case, and it seems to be the case with the manipulation, also with the presentation of Bigfoot to the public. Okay? So, let's see, right there, fucking you got Todd Standing doing the shit. He's out there, he's got real information. And then what does he got? Now he's got these close-up face shots of Bigfoot. Maybe puppets. We're not sure, but guess what? So Kyle DeShane, I believe, appeared on Bigfoot Crossroads. And Matt, at the end of this interview, I'm really sure it was Kyle DeShane. I don't think I'm just having this memory because of my disdain for the interview of Kyle DeShane and his love of Todd Standing and the complete naivety of the situation with the hoax. But so I'm pretty sure it's Kyle DeShane's on Matt's show, and at the end, Matt talks about this puppet, this costume maker, that had a relationship with Todd Standing, and then all of a sudden, their relationship broke away, and this guy didn't want to talk about it, and Matt's convinced that there's some fakery going on. But then, I mean, if you got a guy up there in Canada helping Todd Standing out, couldn't they be helping out Sasquatch Ontario? What province was it BC where Todd was? I don't know where he was. What province in Canada was he getting all of his, supposed Bigfoot interactions? And I mean, that video with the flares when he's screaming for his life, pretty realistic. I mean, he was out there going for the gusto with a Grizzly Adams beard, as you may recall. I've pointed it out many times. And then all of a sudden, he's clean cut. He's being presented with Jeff Meldrum. Now he's a public figure. So, how did it happen? See, that's what I'm saying is that, okay, so you got somebody out getting real evidence, and then they're perpetrating a hoax. Somebody said to me, well, why would they perpetrate a hoax? How are they going to make money off that? What if somebody told you, I'll give you 50 grand to let us, put this picture on your shit and say this is a picture of the creature? What if they offered Mike Patterson that and he said, shit, I'm going to do it. Fuck it. Okay. Yeah, sure. Make it 75 and I'll do it. I mean, who knows? I'm just saying, I'm not saying that happened. I'm saying that's a way you could make money off the hoax. Here's another way. Here's another person that hoaxed, Rick Dyer. Okay, if anybody's familiar with the pre-story, the pre-cover-up truth about everything, there were homeless people calling about Bigfoot behind the Home Depot in San Antonio, Texas, where they were living. And there were numerous people living down there. I mean, a dozen people or something. I've seen a whole documentary filmed on YouTube by an individual that was down there doing investigation after the fact, asking questions to the homeless people, trying to figure out what really happened. That's all part of the information. I mean, the algorithm on YouTube's you can't find this information if you don't know what channel that was. I mean, you can't search it out. There's no way to find it anymore. It is so fucking covered up. But the point is, this is factually happened. I did the investigation, but these people friggin' called I mean, everybody was getting into this. The Jeff Anderson, Jack Barnes people knew this was true, that this was happening. That Rick Dyer went down there. That this was that. So Rick went down there. He nailed the fucking pork ribs to the tree. He's got Morgan Matthews with him. This fucking British guy. Who knows how they get affiliated, get hooked up? Tom Biscardi's involved. I mean, this is just stinks of like cover up and government affiliation and who knows what else. And so he films this camper video. And I mean, I'm telling you, it is a great video filmed right through the window of the tent. And it's, you can see it's a Sasquatch. It's eating the ribs, the pork ribs, in the morning sun. And so, I think Rick shot this thing. I really do. I think that he was forced to do a cover-up. I've asked him about it personally. I pretty much described this scenario to a T to him. And he said, buddy boy, that's something I would have to tell you in person. Which pretty much means, yeah, you're right, but don't blow my fucking cover, kid. You know, so it's all good, but I'm just saying that's me, the dialogue through the YouTube. I haven't talked to him in person, but he's got a YouTube channel. He's selling cars and shit. You just gotta know, you gotta, like I said, you gotta do the investigation. You gotta jump in the pool. You gotta get involved, get in the mix. So I got all in the mix on this shit. I think he really shot a Sasquatch. I think it got covered up, but I think, dude, he got to keep every dollar that people paid him to see that fucking fake body, whoever made it. So, but when if you know the backstory and you listen to the Muskie Allen interview, Muskie Allen, it's on the Jeff Anderson, Jack Barnes Facebook Finding Bigfoot channel on YouTube. Muskie talks about how he was a huge critic of Rick. He didn't believe at all. He thought he was full of shit. And he may be the first time Rick had the claim that they found a Bigfoot down in Georgia. But I'll tell you this, they made a fucking CNN. They made a press conference, and it was on CNN. Had dozens and dozens of news networks on there filming them talking about finding this dead Bigfoot body, okay? Then all of a sudden it's a hoax. And my recollection is that the picture was different. The first picture I saw of the body was different than the fake body that they showed in the freezer after the fact. So that's how they perpetrate the hoax. They cover it up. I remember a time when there was a information released that human meat was found in a McDonald's meat locker. All of a sudden, that same website was copied, but every word was replaced with not found, not found, not found. They made it look like the exact opposite. The website format was the same. There were hundreds of them. When I searched it out, I saved it on my favorites, so I knew which one was the real one, but there were hundreds of duplicate websites. That's how they perpetrate the cover-up. That's what happens. So, point is, maybe Rick found one the first time, maybe he didn't. But the second time, I definitely think he shot a Sasquatch with a 30-06 that he bought at Walmart and some pork ribs. So, he had to do the hoax, and he got to keep the money right there. But they, like I said, they threatened him. He's got a military pension. He was in the military. So, he wants to keep receiving his check. He doesn't want to get fucked with. He doesn't want to get put in jail. He's going to play the game. That's what happens when they fucking approach you. But they might say, hey, you're not allowed to kill these things. I know you didn't know, but now that you did, we're going to have to cover it up, okay? Or something bad's going to really happen to you. It's one way or the other. We're sitting here on the precipice. Which way you want the scales to tip? That's how the game works, folks. So, I mean, it's the control of information. You find out when you touch the edge of the razor. Ooh, did it get me? Ooh, I'm lucky. You're very lucky if it didn't cut you. But most people don't get that close. Most people do not get that close. Had some information on my mind. That's right. Who else is a big name that's hoaxing right now, in my opinion? Actually, let's go with this one, because this is kind of another tie that binds correlation. The the Long Island Bigfoot kid out there, red circle hoaxing, making false claims. He's also got the Diesel in New Jersey, whoever that person is, channel out there filming lumps on trees and claiming bark is baby Bigfoot's clinging on to. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Their fucking claims are absurd, but those people are being accepted by Sasquatch Ontario in his quest for acclaim. See, that's what happens. You can't shun anyone or deny anyone or point the finger at anyone if you want to be part of the money-making group. You all gotta play on the playground. You can't say, oh, that dude's fucking cheating or don't trust him. No, oh, now you're the one who made the accusation. Now you're not to be trusted. That's what they teach you. That's what they teach the group thinkers. So they don't want these analytical, thought-provoking ideas to even reach the minds of the public. They don't want you to think about how this could even be happening. Okay, so anyway, so Mike's associating with people like that, where I'm calling them out. I'm like, bro, you can't be talking to these red circle fuckers. You have to tell them, hey, bro, you're faking. Like, sorry, that's in bad taste. Like, go do that elsewhere. Get the fuck out of my sight type of shit, because if you don't, you're condoning it. You know what I'm saying? It's like watching a man hit a woman and be like, it's going to turn my head. Not going to call cops, not going to do anything. That's their business. She can call if they want. I mean, that's pretty much you know what I mean? You're becoming part of it now by your fucking denial, by your ignorance. So I just don't think he's doing it in good taste by associating with these people. So that's another red flag for me of like, dude, what do you want the money that bad? You'll take his whole group? I remember when I got 5,000 subscribers, and it's mostly from the truth days before YouTube was totally controlled by the Google algorithm, and it got tighter and tighter and tighter. It's harder for me to get a subscriber. I used to be seen by thousands of people all the time. And I've got videos with like almost 1 million views, some music videos and different stuff I've uploaded that I don't make money on. But like I said, I've got 5,000 subs from that. But when I went and associated with one particular forest being kid up here, one of Colorado Bigfoot's buddies, just to go check it out, he's like, shit, you want to meet me up here in the middle of the snowstorm? I'm like, shit, I'm not a pussy. Yeah, I'll fucking meet you wherever, what time ever you want to meet. Fucking 4 in the morning? Sure. I'll meet you at the trailhead at 4 in the morning. I don't give a shit. Meet this kid hiking fucking knee-deep snow. He says he has the best day he's ever had. I picked the place on the map just based on elevation, just based on location to a river, based on location away from people. He said, I've never found this much fucking stick structure evidence anywhere in my life, all in one place. We fucking had an amazing day out there, but what the fuck was I going to say about that kid? Damn, I was going to make a fucking point. I don't know. Even he's kind of nutty lately. He's going in caves. I hope that kid's okay. You could get some like breathing some gas and shit. I mean, he's going underground alone. Like, I'm straight worried for this kid. We kind of had a falling out because like there was a fucking structure right at the trailhead that he's like, oh, I've never seen that. Like, it was fucking right there. Like, I mean, it was an old structure. You could tell it was on the other side, like right on somebody else's property, right on the thing. But anyway, I don't know. I had a fucking story I was gonna fucking talk about that kid. But anyway, that Colorado Bigfoot, he's kind of a hoaxer. I wonder, like, he's got a video where this Bigfoot is right in the crook of this tree, like standing, like there's 2 trees coming down. And it's like, he just like zooms in on it. He doesn't say anything. And he like zooms out. And he's like talking and walking. And then like, oh, I think I might have filmed something. And I don't know, I think he might be playing dumb. I think that could be a hoax. Oh yeah, but I'm just saying, this, when I was up there, somebody suggested, that's what I was gonna say. When I was up there, Bigfooting up there, I heard the suggestion about how much acclaim you could get, like how much fucking attention you could get by doing a hoax. And I just looked at the dude like, don't even think like that. And it was like, obviously shut the conversation down right there. But I'm like, come on, don't even suggest some fucking dumb shit. Like, we're here to get real evidence, you know what I mean? Oh, the swallowtail butterfly just landed on my flowers. And then he saw me noticing him. The insect world is so delicate. They can hear your voice. You can actually soothe an insect. I've noticed with a voice, they'll sit there and they're gonna fly, and you can say hi, and they'll kind of, oh, you're not gonna attack me. You're gonna like make a noise, and I don't know. I just wonder even about psychic connections with insects and on the insect world. I'm always fascinated by the insect world, how it operates, how it exists. You know what I'm saying? Like how do 1 million ants all cooperate? How do How do a million bees all get along and live in a hive like that? I don't understand. It's so weird, the programmed mission, or what is, you know what I mean? There's really a strange aspect to the insect world that I wonder. I'm working on it myself. I'm just trying to connect to the insect world sometimes, just like it's an exercise in thought of the control of my thought. It's an exercise in belief. It's like a scientific experiment in. It's no different than Sasquatch. It's like I can't often see a Sasquatch all the time, right? So I can't often just do an experiment with them with a mind thought per se. But if I could like see an insect and say, can I make this insect feel like I'm not going to hurt it or that it will be calm around me? That's an exercise I may do in order to, just like flexing a muscle, just like in order to have the ability, just in case that has something to do with interacting with the animal kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Just like I'm really good with cats and dogs. Like, how does that work out with Sasquatch? You know what I mean? With the world around you, being one with your environment. Um, it's really, I don't know, there's a lot of philosophy, I think, involved in perfecting yourself in order to be ready to communicate with Sasquatch and for them to want to communicate with you, because humans are dirty. We're not thorough. You know what I mean? We leave a lot of loose ends. We do a lot of bad things on the planet per se. Just leaving trash in the woods would make Sasquatch have disdain for us. But if they can read our minds, you know what I mean? I've gone into the woods before and had sexual thoughts in my head and told myself, get those thoughts out of your head. You're going to fucking meet with Sasquatch. You know what I mean? And like, I don't know. I just wonder if they would even recognize that. You know what I mean? But trying to prepare yourself first is what I'm saying. It's a mental exercise, even in the belief, in the knowing they're out there, in having an interaction where you make a chess move and leave it for days to weeks at a time to have an interaction with them. It really takes mental control to even like get there. You know what I mean? And I'm physically in a location where I can do that right now, where I'm so lucky. But if you had to travel to these locations where they are and try to leave a gift, to try to do this, try to hope humans don't touch things, you know what I mean? It's interesting. Oh no, it was fucking like sexual thoughts about people, don't get me wrong. I'm good with Sasquatch. Yeah, I get turned off by hairy women, so you better shave it or I'm not going there. But I don't think I could have sex with a Sasquatch, sorry. It is funny to hear that interview. Fucking Sasquatch Chronicles. I forget which one it's called. I wouldn't believe it if I didn't see it for myself. And it's about that guy that goes in the house with the old lady who's like baking muffins for him and all this shit. But it's so funny. He's like talking, he's like describing this one. And he's like, I was getting kind of aroused. I'm like, oh my God, dude. I'm like, don't fucking say that on fucking, that's terrible. But I mean, who knows? Well, I don't know. I've never seen one that close. Like, I mean, I've seen one at night. It was a black one. Looked like it had a fucking bathroom rug on its back, honestly, when it turned. But it just looked like the classic Colorado ones that you see, like, kind of, like the Independence Day footage. Kind of like that. Coned head. I didn't really see the jaw. I imagine it had a pretty squared off jaw, like, going into his chest. But it was, I don't know, I've told the story before. I thought it was a dog, and then it didn't have any eye sockets. Then I looked at the shoulders, and I was like, holy shit, that thing's fucking got shoulders like mine. I was like, what the fuck is that? It was only like 4.5, 5 feet tall, maybe, with the tip of the head. I don't know, it's hard to tell. But yeah, fucking. So anyway, like the next fakers though that I'm kind of like tripping on is Duke of Bigfoot, World Bigfoot Radio, because he's offered so many good things to the public, and now he's fucking got Kelly Shaw of the Rocky Mountain Sasquatch organization suggesting that the trunk of a tree is a fucking Bigfoot head, and like making these other false claims for him, and they're acting in tandem, and it's like the fucking doofus duo of fucking Bigfoot buffoonery, like trying to trick people. It's like, who's stupid enough to pay $5 to go behind the curtain to see the fucking stuffed fucking cryptid. You know, I mean, they're like charlatans. Same with Kelly. He's like constantly posting old evidence and shit that's already been out for decades. And I'm like, bro, knock it off. That's like how you're funding your fucking Sasquatch Armada, like getting fucking web clicks over fucking like bullshit stories. And then you do work in some new cool ones where people send you evidence and it's like, fuck yeah, that's awesome. But like in the meanwhile, I'm like, don't flood the market with fucking shit people have seen, you know? I don't know. It's a fucking circus out there. So, I mean, that's what happens. You get some legitimate people doing some unscrupulous things after a while for the dollar. And is it the dollar that's corrupting them? Or is somebody whispering in their ear and saying, hey, I'll give you some money if you do this? I don't know. I do not know. All I know is something's going on. And really, the suspicious thing is that the mask maker that had a relationship with Todd Standing, that Matt from Bigfoot Crossroads alludes to, that is where I think the truth lies. And the guy's so tight-lipped. I mean, you know the Canadian government will disappear people. Look at the kid. Don't recall his name off the top of my head, and I apologize. God rest your soul if you're gone. But he filmed that giant on top of the mountain. And then he was being harassed, had a government agent like showing up outside of his house. He filmed it. He said, people are following me. And all of a sudden, he does a video and says, oh, guys, it was all a joke. It was just a hoax. I mean, they could have put him in the witness protection program. Is a fact. Maybe they didn't kill him. Maybe they had to get that close to him to scare the shit out of him. You know what I mean? And they didn't know how to approach him, per se. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't trust people following me. I tell you that. Don't follow me. You might get fucked up. But, you know, if they approach you and they want to say, hey, look, dude, you got a little too close. But I don't know. He came out on fucking TikTok or whatever, said, oh, it was all a hoax. And then he, like, disappears. Could be dead. Could be somewhere else under a false, you know, new name. They got a fucking, I just saw a movie with fucking Robert De Niro. Oh, he's in the witness protection program. He's living over in France or some shit. It's like, hello? You get the fucking paradigm? They're fucking slapping a dick in your fucking face and you don't fucking get you're being fucked with? You're an idiot. They're telling you how they do it. They're showing you. And I've said this shit for years. Fucking Sandy Hook victims, all fucking witness protection program. There's a story where the fucking, it says Sandy Hook victim commits suicide. A few days later, friend of Sandy Hook victim commits suicide. A week later, father of suicide victim from Sandy Hook commits suicide. Oh, they're all dead. All of a sudden, oh, they're all put in the witness protection program, actually. Come on. Think about it, guys. Think. It's hard to get people to think, but that's what's going on. So I'm just telling you, shit is like, this is really how it's happening. That's really how the world works. There really could be fucking with people doing some shit if you don't go along with the game. So I'm just saying, it depends on how close you get to the truth. And then what do you got to do to cover it up? So what if Mike is that close? What if they did approach him and go, hey, bro, you're getting too close? Or we're going to have to take this operation over. I mean, I don't know. Or is it just the money? I'm just throwing it out there. What could be? What could be? Is the face real? I mean, let's put it this way. Does that face look like you thought Nefertia would look like? It didn't me. I thought it would look like a classic Sasquatch. It's got way more skin. It's got like pointy teeth. It looked more like the mask on the icon of my channel. That mask, I put that mask on. It's got human hair. It's a red mask. It's got the tusks coming out. I started having paranormal shit happen to me after I fucking put that mask on. So be careful. It might be, I mean, I was interested. I wanted to go there with the Sasquatch. I've been into shamanism. I've been into individualism. I've been into being the one where that's different. You know what I mean? For a lot of my life, focusing on that, practicing it. But I mean, I'm a brother. I'm a fucking friend to everybody. But when it comes down to like right or wrong, and if everybody's going the wrong way, I've got the strength to still fucking hold on and say, no, listen. You know what I mean? I've been a fucking soldier in this world since I was a kid. For that shit, man. When people are going the wrong way and you gotta fucking get them back on course. It's a fucking spiritual journey, this life. That's what it really is. And wherever you are in life, understand that it's not monetary. You might be rich, you might be poor, but it's the journey of your spirit that you need to work on. That is the mission in this life. It's which mission you're on, how many you've been on. Just, you'll find out, trust me. You find out. Everybody out there knows it in their hearts. But yeah, that's right now, the Sasquatch thing. It's interesting that it's part of my life. It's like something I'm ready for. You know what I mean? And most people aren't ready for that kind of stuff. Not ready for having it in their life, acknowledging it. But I'm going to try to get out there, and I want to see it. I want it to know I'm cool. You know what I mean with it? Like this one that's on the property. It's just cool to try to get there with any of them. I've gifted ones. I've put a balloon out. I've had to take balloons. I've had to play with coins. I've had to drink apple juice in another location. Over the years, I've documented this where I filmed it in a structure at night with my infrared camera. So, I mean, they're out there. It just depends on where you want to put your action. I can't go to every Sasquatch area where I know they go at night and leave gifts. I can't. But I do it in certain locations. I do it right here. There's a location due north of me that I can go. It's very easy to park in the parking lot. Walk right there. I've left them piles and piles and piles of lychee fruit. A dozen different places, hid them, put them up in trees down here, under rocks here. Everyone is gone. I know they go. That's where I got the infant footprints. Special places. There's a reservoir south of here. Infinite footprints in the summertime. It's been so full. I was gonna go down there and ride my bike today. I don't even know if it's if it's low or not, the water. It's kind of a bummer because I get the best footprints when the water's low. I need to go down there and put my bike in the back of my truck and go see if it's good or not. But there's another state park I want to go to where the Sasquatch definitely are, but my buddy's into photography. I'm going to take him there. It's about an hour drive away. But while he's, does that, I'm going to be fucking looking at structures and looking for Bigfoot evidence and shit, but looking for minerals. But yeah, anyway, just griping about the hoaxes. Wanted to get that off my chest. I don't know if Sasquatch Ontario's got some real shit or not, but definitely makes me wonder where he's going with shit. But like I said, they make it so you can't call people out if you want to make money. You got to play fair. You got to be, I don't know, you just got to be. So dude's monetized his channel and he's out doing his thing. And if that's real, it's real. If the voices are real, maybe. If the footprints are real, maybe. They've looked pretty damn real to me. But they're in the snow always. Like, where's the shit in the mud? I find mine in the mud. So could they form a perfect foot, and do it? I don't know. He's filmed it pretty good where I don't think that they walked out there and placed the footprints. You can't really see human feet, but I just don't know. I mean, these things are special. These things are definitely strange. Could that have been his face? Maybe. But maybe when you're trying to get close and you're trying to get so close and you're trying to get so close and you can't, you just kind of act like oh yeah, just like the landing on the moon. Why would they fucking fake the landing on the moon? Because it was a space race and they couldn't get there, but they pretended that they crossed the finish line first. It's no different. Same way they perpetrate the hoax against the American people. You got to just understand the people of the world. This is how it works, I mean, it's a repeat over and over again. Well, yeah, you guys know this is how it happens. So, cheers to that. It's about lunchtime here, folks. I don't know how you guys are doing. Enjoy the info. Enjoy the thought. Don't take it personal, Sasquatch Ontario. Just do better, bro. Got my hair down for Keeley. She's probably busy today, but anybody who checks this video out, probably need to get it trimmed. I mean, keep talking, keep squatching, keep thinking about it, because I don't know. I just don't know. Why would you have that picture for years and not release it? Just seems fishy. I don't know. Like I said, I've defended the guy. Thought the audio is legit, and they've made me think the audio is not legit by trying to imitate it. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking, could it be? But then really, at the end of the day, I'm like, no. Nobody's got that lung capacity. I used to have a huge lung capacity. I could hold my breath and swim across the pool twice. I know I could hold my breath for like minutes, over 2 minutes. I know what it is to be able to hold your breath and use your breath. So it's like, do I think that sounds real to me? The shit? Yeah. But do the pictures look real? Are they what I thought Sasquatch Nefertia would look like up in Ontario? No. So it's a conflict for me. So I don't know if it is for you. And you know, Turtle Island said it was the most controversial Bigfoot picture ever. So I clicked on this video, and fucking hence all the controversy. So it is kind of controversial. It's kind of interesting, but I don't know. It's the money. It's the money, folks. It really is the money. Don't forget it. I'll catch you later. Thanks for watching. Have an awesome day.